welcome to the Northland. So this video is going to be a little bit different than, who am I kidding? This video is going to be a lot different than what you're used to seeing on this channel. My wife is one of the most amazing people you'll ever meet. She has a heart of gold. And I would suspect that most of you, at least those of you who are married, would probably also say that about your wives. I would expect that. In our house, we've got kind of a funny little saying. I have a German heritage, and sometimes I have a short fuse and a bad temper. My wife likes to claim she's Switzerland. She likes to take the middle ground, be neutral. She doesn't want to ever offend anybody. She doesn't want to say anything to anybody to make anybody mad, and sometimes even at the detriment of her own happiness. So, if you, okay, and let me add this, it takes a lot for her to comment on something, especially publicly. So if you ever see her comment on any videos or anything on here, know that she feels very strongly about it. My point to this video is that, now I did not hear this or witness this personally. This was per my wife. Apparently a local radio station, and I don't know how the subject came up. It had something to do with, I don't know, embarrassing moment, I don't know, something or another. Anyway, one of the DJs mentioned that a friend of his apparently had been with his father-in-law, or maybe it was a wedding party kind of a thing or something. Anyway, they had gotten drunk, and he helped his father-in-law up to his bedroom and got him comfortable and ready for bed, and apparently he was wearing women's underwear. Now, they all made fun of it, and it really pissed my wife off. So bad that she, in fact, wrote a letter to the radio station. I, at one point in time in my life, probably would have also made fun of people like that. In fact, not probably, I would have. I would have made fun of gay men. I would have made fun of somebody with a weird hairstyle. I would have that's just who I was. I have no excuse for it. But I am no longer that way. And not only that, but I will totally defend anyone that, if they do something that, whatever they do that makes them happy, makes them feel good, whether it's sexual orientation, what they choose to wear, how they choose to wear their hair, who they choose to hang around with, what kind of job they have, I don't care. In the end, we're all human. We all deserve to be happy. We all deserve to be treated with respect. I have more of an open mind now than I have ever had. And I'm proud of that. I don't know if it's a sign of the times, if it's just that maybe I grew up. Um, Maybe it's because I've fought with my own demons in the past. Um, I've gone through serious depression. Also, you know, if more of us treated others with dignity, there'd be a lot less depression in the world, a lot less suicide. Nobody deserves to be bullied, harassed. Ridiculed or made fun of. Just to give you some insight as to why I feel so strongly about this, it mostly has to do with depression. You can say something to somebody, laugh at somebody, whatever. If they hear it, it will affect them, whether they're going to admit to it or not, or tell you, or tell anybody publicly. It will affect them. Maybe just a little, maybe a lot. But you have the ability to impact somebody's life. Whether you do it in a negative sense or a positive sense is entirely up to you. Now, I'm going to tell you all something that very few people know. And I'm not saying this to get sympathy from anybody. I'm not saying this to get likes or comments. Only to give this some context. Many, many years ago now, I went through a divorce, and it was devastating to me. I was young, had my first child. I could barely afford to put a roof over my head. There were days I had to decide whether I was going to pay the rent or put food on the table. Whether I was going to put food on the table or put gas in my tank to get to work. In fact, many days I had to walk to work because I could not afford to drive. I couldn't afford to pay my insurance. A lot of times I'll bet you for at least a year, I probably drove without insurance. I was not well. In fact, I was so bad off that not only did I consider suicide, but I attempted it. So here's how I did it. And this is why I believe in God. I put one bullet into a 44 Magnum and spun the cylinder, put it to my head, without even thinking, pulled the trigger. Obviously nothing happened because I'm talking to you now. I put the gun down, I went to work. Next day, I did the same thing. Again, nothing happened. The third day, I decided that if I made it to Friday, that I would not try it again. So I did that every morning. Five days straight. Friday night, I got home from work. I took the bullet out of that gun. And the primer had been struck by the firing pin. Why it didn't go off, I could not tell you. I'd never had a problem with that gun. I've never had a problem with the kind of ammo I used. I don't know why it didn't go off. Other than God. Later that year, I went to the firing range with a buddy of mine. We were getting ready for moose hunting season. And I thought, yeah, now I had been carrying that bullet in my pocket for a long time. And I thought, you know what? Let's just see what happens, right? I'll put it in a gun and try it. See if it does it again. Scared the crap out of me. So tell me there ain't a God. So I have zero tolerance for bullying and for negative comments. You can say what you want about me. I'm a big boy and I can take care of myself. But if I'm on the street and I hear you say something to somebody else because of the way they're dressed, or whether they kiss another man, or two women holding hands, or whatever, now I'm going to get in your face. Because you have no right. Make a positive impact on somebody. Change the world for the better. I also might add, and ask yourself this. Why is it okay for women to wear boxer shorts, women to wear men's shirts, women to wear men's anything? Nobody makes fun of them. But should a man decide to do it? Oh my God, he's got to be the weirdest, strangest human being in the world. And that's wrong. So, whether you are transsexual or a transvestite or bisexual, gay, lesbian, I don't care. There will always be a place in this channel for you. You will always be welcome to take a ride in the Judge with me. Because all I care about is that you have a good heart. good intentions. You don't have to be perfect. Not asking for that. None of us ever are or will be. The only one that's perfect is God. So, and I'm not about to get religious either. But I I am just sick and tired of the hypocrites in this world. Yeah, I don't know about your state or if you're in another country even, what your laws are. But you know, it wasn't too long ago where people were standing up and championing for gay rights and same-sex marriage. I bet that a lot of those same people behind closed doors make fun of gays and lesbians. And if you do, shame on you. Who are you to judge somebody else? There's only one entity in this world that's going to judge us in the end. And if you're going to pass judgment on somebody else, it really doesn't matter. And I don't want to hear about it. I'm not going to use my channel to champion human rights, men's rights, gay rights. My channel's not going to change. It's just that this is something I feel strongly about. So, know this. To all of my wonderful subscribers, and to anybody who would like to subscribe, I always have your back. Whatever you choose to do in life, it's not for me to approve of. That's between you and, I guess, whichever God you choose, or your significant other, or whatever. It's none of my business. Any negative comments on this video will be promptly deleted. If you're a subscriber and you don't agree with what in fact, you know what? You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to like what I say. I'm hoping if you are one of those that find it funny when somebody has a different lifestyle than you or does something you don't agree with, I'm hoping that you will change. That you will have an open mind going forward. Because someday that may be you. Somebody may be making fun of you for what you choose to wear, or who you choose to see or marry, or how you choose to wear your hair, or whatever. And should anybody comment on this in a positive way, and somebody else comes back and ridicules that person, then I will do what I need to do to either block them from the channel or get YouTube to take notice or whatever, because I won't stand for it. Anyway, my point is we're all different. We all have things we like or don't like, and those things are not always going to agree with every single person in this world. So let's treat everybody better. All right. I'm not even going to ask for a like and subscribe on this because, quite frankly, I just don't really care right now. But I do hope you will share it with people, because I think we can all be better. None of us are perfect. All right. That's enough for now. Take care. Stay safe. We'll see you all in the next video.